Welcome to the Sedgy Hill Show with your host Raffi. This is a show all about music. I'll be bringing on guests. We'll be talking music, of course. Listen, the general format is usually like this. They bring on 2 songs. I reciprocate 2 songs, and then we listen to those 2 songs. There's 4 songs in total, and we comment on them. We just talk about anything. We talk about the backgrounds of the artists. We talk about labels. We talk about our own experience, because a lot of the friends that I'll be having on are up and coming musicians based around the area of Birmingham, wherever. And that's the format. The first episode is the guest is with Nikitaa, who is the founder of Progress. It won't be mic'd, but that's not an issue. It will be resolved very soon, within the next few weeks. This is going to be a monthly podcast or a show. Sedgy Hill Show. Enjoy the first episode, man. Right. Okay, so the first song that I'm suggesting is Hailing from the Edge by Apparat. We're going to put the link to the song in the description and probably up here. And no more. Okay, you missed your chance. So the song Hailing from the Edge, here we go.
Yeah, man, it's very immersive. That's one thing I got from it. It builds up to something, like the beginning and the intro kind of, it's all like building up to like the main chorusy part, and it's really, really sick. The guy, he knows his instruments, he knows his production. Like, you can just tell all the sort of atmospheric stuff is in there, and it really makes you feel like you're part of the song, almost like you're going with it. And I love the bit at the end as well with the keys. That kind of like got me.
Yeah,
it's really sick, really sick.
I think, yeah, that's a good point. The immersiveness, and it's like, no wonder his kind of work gets picked up by a TV series, because it's got that intense. His music reminds me of like soundtrack music. It's like it's a lot of songs are like storylines, of course, but like this, it's like it's very visual. Like, you can imagine.
Yeah.
You can attribute a lot of like images and visual like storylines to it. But yeah, and Moderat, definitely check them out. Similar thing, it's like very kind of intense electronic backdrops with like quite soft and melancholic, almost like indie singing. Like that with like a guitar, like an acoustic guitar, could just be like an indie song, but it's just put against this backdrop of like intensity and just really like punchy electronic music. And Moderat is taking that to another level. Way more housey, way more techno. But
nice.
Yeah.
Nice blend of different genres.
And that's what we're here about. We're at Sedgy Hill. We're all about the blend.
Inclusivity and all that stuff.
Yeah, the blend, the immersiveness. That's us, man. That's us. Okay.
All right. Yeah. My song's next. Yeah, play it. That was Mini Mirkat. He is a Russian dude. I found him like a few days ago. I don't really know much about him. He's got less than 1,000 monthly listeners, so
check.
There's not much to know about him as far as I could see. But I really, really like the sound when I came across it. It's very different to what I hear from Russia at the moment. It's very unique. It's very also, I think, futuristic almost. Very modern sound.
Yeah, which is interesting how they blend with that electronic sound, because that could be like a very like punky song, like but the way they pulled it off, it was like they still made it slightly electronic and slightly like ethereal, synthy.
Yeah.
You know, it could very much be like quite a heavy song, but again, the similarity I found was it again like the last song, it had a kind of like floaty singing,
Mm.
but against a really like heavy, intense like rhythm and kind of
Yeah, I think like you can listen to the song at whatever emotion you're feeling. If you're really happy, you can just jam to the
it's
kitchen.
weird, isn't it?
Or if you're really sad, you just kind of like, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's crazy.
Which I really, really like in that particular
Yeah,
song. It's
or
very,
it's also exciting. Yeah,
can be anything. And yeah, like, he's just thinking about like an event that happened to him with him and his girl, I assume. And it's very like, to me, it kind of paints, from what I understand from the lyrics, it kind of paints like a very nighttime sort of vibe, like,
yeah,
oh, me and my girl didn't work out for something, and I miss her, da 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 da, and stuff. But like the lyrics aren't the main focus. It's very much kind of putting everything together to form a vibe and stuff.
I wonder what their live shows are like. Is it very much like mosh pity, people at the front like fucking go nuts, or is it people in the back like crying? Is it, you know, it could,
I don't
it could
know.
be anything. It's weird.
I think the rest of the album is kind of up and down in terms of emotion. Like there's some slower tunes, there's some around the same sort of level. So he varies a lot.
I was thinking a word about like ratings. This idea of like a flawless song or a perfect song, I think, does exist. Okay, and I'm not saying that there's a one perfect song that all songs are trying to reach. I think a flawless song is one where like it's so unique and singular that you can't fault it because you have no tools to fault it with, because it's just so different. But like the conviction's there, and it's just so well done that you're like, perfect, flawless. It's 10 out of 10. I can't say 8 out of 10 because it's his shit, and like he's you
but
know,
it's a 10 out of 10
convinced
for
us.
you. It's very subjective.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say 10 out of 10 for both of us. As you know, you got a mouth. You can say, you know what I mean? That's I think it works.
Okay.
You willing to give it a go? If you think it's a bad idea, comment and
Comment down
dislike.
below.
Okay.
What about the first tune then?
First tune, I'd say an 8 out of 10 for me. And that's because there were some times, this is quite pedantic, but there were some times where I wanted the melody to go somewhere, or like at least I wanted it to. I wasn't convinced of where it was taking me. Like Unpredictable is good, but like I wanted it to kind of. Yeah, there's some bits that just weren't convincing. I was kind of like, okay, where is he going with this? Where is he going? Okay, it's all right. It's good, but it's all right. Yeah, so I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. I think on the same lines, I would give it a 6.5.
The first song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I really enjoyed it, but...
Mm-mm.
And I enjoyed the immersion. But I don't know, it's just... it's a good song. 6. It's better than a 5. Better than half.
Yeah, it's not really your style, is it?
Yeah.
Your usual style, at least.
I would... Yeah. I personally have preferred more of a build-up and more of a drop, in a way. Like, a bit more... sway, but
no, you're right.
I get the intention behind that song. I understand why the artist made the decisions that he made. So.
I know what you mean, structure, like, because there were bits where I zoned out a bit. That could be to do with my attentional problems, but like also I know what you mean. It's like it felt like just a long song with just kind of no dynamic. You know,
but I mean, there was
situation.
dynamics. It's just not for me, not the dynamic that I wanted.
Fair enough. And then do you want to do the rating?
The second one, 7.5.
7.5. Going for those halves, mate.
I know. I'm really indecisive between the 7 and 8. I really enjoy it. It's a good listen. I've played it a few times. It's really nice. I don't know. There's nothing that comes out to me as a critique for that particular song. Maybe an 8 now. I'll change it to an 8.
8?
Like, to me, it's a different sound, but also keeping it very, very modern.
Yeah, I think I give it a lower rating than the second. I think 7, probably 6.5, 7. It was different. I'll probably give it another listen. Mini Mirkat. But yeah, just a different vibe. Unique, very unique. At least to what I'm used to. But I like that electro punk vibe. I think it's really cool. So this is called Passacaglia by Lars Danielsson. Lars Danielsson is a bassist, but he's now teaming up with the Tigran, a pianist called Tigran, and I think another. I don't know who John Paricelli is, but he's a Scandinavian bassist who does a lot of work in jazz, like Scandinavian jazz. He teams up with a lot of the recurring figures in jazz, like the pianists and stuff. And this is from his album, and it's called Passacaglia. Great job. So, little information. So we were just talking about record labels earlier, and I know you don't like actively research about record labels, but I've recently been kind of exploring Scandinavian jazz. You know, there's a lot of similarities with so I believe Tigran is an Armenian pianist. And I can just see a lot of similarities between like Armenian, Asian jazz and Scandinavian. There's just something about it. It's like there's like a sadness to it. Can't describe it, but there's like again melancholic sadness kind of thing. And yeah, there's a record label based in Berlin called Act, and they just are host to all of the Scandinavian artists. And I thought it was just cool how like all these guys I was listening to are under the same label, and they just all kind of like communicate and collab together through this label Act. So definitely check this label out. They're pretty like underground, although that's not really true actually. I think they're actually quite popular, but yeah. So I played the song when I first moved in because I just come back from France. I was kind of feeling. Like you're moving in, you've got like your nerves, and you want something to kind of ground you. You want a song to ground you and to feel like just like yourself in a way. And this was a beautiful song. This still is such a beautiful song. The piano hook is just amazing. I really want to learn it. I didn't hear too much from Lars Danielsson, but like the piano shone like. Sean. Yeah, I just love it. I love it so much. Yeah.
I think the thing that stuck out to me was actually the drums. Like the drums, the first thing I noticed was like it's a very jungle feel.
Yeah.
Like the electronic genre, the jungle. It really, yeah, like all three songs that we just played is very like quite similar in the sense that it's very hype almost, but it's also very calm.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the tempo was very quick.
Yeah.
And you could hear it progressing towards like a really grand build-up. But then it never kind of got to that. It always kind of stayed grounded, like you said.
Yeah.
It kind of stayed on its own 2 feet.
Integrity. Had a lot of integrity.
Yeah.
Sick. But the drum, I completely agree. Like the brush strokes, just it's so easy for brush drumming or just any kind of jazz drumming to feel kind of like free form and a bit abstract and like not really tied to a rhythm or a structure, and which is the reason why I'm kind of put off by like pure jazz, which is just like with no kind of tempo, and it's a bit floaty and hard to stay engaged. But this it was again like it's very tight. All right, drumming was very tight, very rhythmical.
Very dope, bro.
Yeah, very dope, my G. Tigran, thumbs up from us.
What'd you give it?
Is there anything I wanted to say? Yeah, but it's so true. Like, I reckon if you got that rhythm from the drums were playing and like transcribed it into some sort of beat, like a jungle beat, that it would translate quite well. Like,
it's already there, pretty much. You just need to add a few bass kicks and It's
Yeah,
already
we're
there.
Yeah. I give it okay, I don't like upright basses so much, double basses. I've never felt the solos are just kind of like, okay, this is like, you know what?
Don't offend all the people that play
He's
the
not
bass.
gonna see this.
Well, but other people who play the
Lars-
bass might do.
Yeah, but it's an opinion. I don't like the bass, the
Okay.
upright bass.
Okay.
Well, look, how about this, guys? I think it's an important part of the band, but anytime there's a solo, I just naturally tune out. Just it's just something I've never found exciting, good. Okay, so retrain, give up your basses, throw them in the bin.
Get a job in
okay?
cyber.
You get a job in cyber. Okay, we need an editor for this. How about you just go over to Sedgy Hill and help us out with some visuals and all that? That's my opinion. Upright basses aren't for me.
What rating are you giving it? You've gone on this whole tangent.
0 because of the bass.
Right, sick.
I don't know. Let's give it a 9. Strong 9. Yeah, I really liked it. 9 out of 10.
Fair. I give it a 7. I think I'm just gonna be harsher than you for pretty much everything.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, is it from an album, EP, or is it just
Album. I think Laz's album. I think he arranged it, like the whole thing.
Yeah, I definitely would love to listen to it again,
Mm.
like the whole thing, get a better idea of the artist.
So 7's a good rating for you.
Yeah,
You
Of
said that
course.
so obviously.
of course. What do you mean? 70%. It's a first.
Yeah.
It's a first.
First in the College of Music. Yeah, but that's 30% of like why. Are you saying 7 out of 10 because there are better songs out there, or are you judging it
It's just how I feel.
subjectively?
Like,
7. Fair enough.
That's why I don't like ratings, to be honest, because there's never like a criteria to rate a song by.
Mm.
For me, it's just how I feel. It'll probably change tomorrow.
Mm.
It might go up or down, probably up, but
Yeah, fair enough. On the second listen. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the more you study these kinds of songs, the more elements surface, the more you realize shit. The
especially
more
jazz.
yeah. Especially Jacob Collier. That brings us to our next song, Jacob Collier's.
No,
Uh,
no.
okay, just watch out. And as Nikita's doing that, I just want to thank our sponsors, Skillshare. Skillshare have really helped me start my podcast, and it wouldn't be the same without them. All of the subscribers and all the viewers, just use my coupon code skillshare.com/Raffi for 10% off. Really great stuff. And I just wouldn't be the man I am today, the creator I am today, without the education and the tools I've learned from their website. Up next we have
It's a Brazilian singer called Macmundi. I'm not gonna say the name of the song because I will fuck it
Qual
up.
é a sua? Question mark.
That's not how you say it, but yeah, Brazilian stuff.
Hawaii.
Falar de nós, eu não sei falar, vou falar demais. Você passa, ai meu Deus do céu, é você aqui, nem me preparei. Não me faça falar de nós, eu não sei falar.
Both, like all the songs we played, none of them are from UK artists.
Is that right?
Mine weren't, yours weren't. Yours
What
was
was the first
Scandinavian.
one? Yeah.
And none of mine were rap.
We're making moves, man. So
Building that.
inclusive.
Yeah, that was Macmundi. I don't actually really have much to say, to be honest.
Fair enough.
I've recently found her. She's definitely one of my favourite Brazilian singers out there. I love her albums. She's been releasing really consistently. She got a new, I think, EP or a little album, mini album, out a few months ago or a month ago, which is all really, really nice. I love her stuff, and she does really well of like blending different sounds together. Like reggae was an obvious influence in that song, but she also has a lot of songs that kind of nostalgic in a way. Like you get like sort of 80s vibes going in there, like almost housey sort of beats, and yeah, the albums are just her albums are just very varied, which is really really cool. You don't get that too often. So that's why I really like that one. It's very mellow. It's like you're on the beach or something. You got a fucking cocktail and you're just chilling, just vibing.
Yeah, it's an easy listening.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a background song, but it's interesting how with the other three songs, like for the whole time I was like, it was an active listen. Like I was just listening. It was completely immersive, as you said. This one, like I found my mind wandering way more, and that's because like it did allow me to do that. Because you know it was spacey. It was like it was kind of more, I guess, more joyful and more light. So it wasn't so intense. Where I was like, oh shit, I got to study this. It was
gotta write down everything.
It was study music. It was like stuff I just put on and like tap into and out. But yeah, it was cool. I might give it another listen. It's more.
I might. I
probably will.
I might. All right, what'd you give it?
I'll go with 7.
A first class.
First class degree for Mahmoudi. Is that right? Mahmoudi? Yeah, first class.
Elaboration or just 7?
Yeah, I think it would change with more listens. I think I'd like the drums. I think again there was an electronic tinge to it. And that's kind of been the theme of today, apart from the last song, is music tinged with electronic style. Even though it's not like in your face electronic techno house, it's like stuff that is really good quality production, good quality technical work, which I just love. I think it's like half of the song that sells it is the technical aspects. Yeah. So I think for that reason, like she did a good job with that. Don't know if she produced it or whatever, but
I think she did. I don't think she's a producer, but
well, props to the producer of Mahmoudi if you're watching this.
And the sound engineer.
We see you.
And the master.
And the master mixer.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8. All my music's just an 8.
Is it? No. Oh, your music is an 8. Yeah.
It's really sick, really dope, really chill. Like I said, it's really mellow. I don't know. It's not that deep,
beautiful
bro.
Stuff. Yeah, it honestly ain't that deep, and that's what Mahmoudi, her music is about. It's just like the light side of life. It's just the light side of life,
bro. Chill out.
And on that note, okay.
Yeah, expect more stuff from Progress as well. This is just one of the little branches.
Yeah,
we're gonna be developing little podcast stuff, talk shows and whatnot. And yeah, give it a like. Give it a repost, do all that stuff that you would normally do because we're your friends. And yeah,